Hi everyone, welcome. I almost said welcome home. I sincerely hope that each time you join me, it feels like you are having a friend over for a chat. Anyway, guys, I know some of you are just here to hear about the royals, but others like the little personal chit-chat. So I'll try and keep everyone happy. I personally like having a little chat and banter because that is what makes my channel my channel. Otherwise, I'll just be talking what everyone else is talking about. But I'm going to change it out, and some days we will go straight to the royals or celebrity or topic of the day. Okay, but today I want to quickly tell you about what we as a family are busy with. The KKNK, which is basically a national arts festival, starts in our town next week. I supported my daughter last year to give up her job and start something on her own because driving back and forth from town to town for work was time consuming and expensive. She's very creative, and like me, we do not thrive being office bound or time bound. I mean, I can sleep for an hour during the day and work until 1, 2, 3 a.m. or go to sleep at 10 and get up at 3. I've been like that all my life. Even vicious threats from my parents when I was a kid did not help. My daughters and grandson are exactly the same. Anyway, so my daughter and a friend started creating the most beautiful wood stuff for your garden and home. And at night she does other smaller projects like ashtrays and crosses and toothpick holders, etc. She has done markets before, but it will be the first time that she's doing one on this scale. If I wasn't so embarrassed by the mess in my lounge, I would have taken a photograph to show you what it looks like. It is stacked halfway to the roof with stock. I mean, these kids had worked until they were covered in wood dust. I've added some of my artwork and soft toys, all sort of very African themed. I mean, baby elephants and lions and so on. Anyway, until the whole thing gets underway on Tuesday, it's a job and a half getting everything quality checked, priced, and so on and so on. But my dearest friends, I really cannot wait for it to start because guess what? For a change, Bookworm will only be helping with loading and setting up on Tuesday, and then she will be on her own with Dragonman assisting and manning the stall during bathroom breaks and so on. And Bookworm gloriously doing her own thing here at home and in my office. Maybe I'll even be able to catch up on everything I wanted to talk to you about. Anyway, my dears, let's get on with our royal and not so royal chat of the day. First, I want to address King Charles. A couple of videos ago, a good many videos ago, I did tell you that I had a talk with my most important, most reliable source in London, and he told me that the king's cancer is indeed incurable, and it appears that it has grown and spread a little. Now, I know what type of cancer the king has and where it is located, but it is not my place to talk about such things. And the last thing I want is to say something and then it spreads like wildfire with everyone wanting to one-up the previous person by adding their own slant to it. Now look, I'm not a King Charles fan, but no one deserves to hear others talk about and speculating about your illness and death. We are all going to die eventually, and the Bible makes it very clear that it is not up to us to know when, and the same applies to King Charles. He has a right to continue with his life as best he can and as normal as he can for as long as he can. He too is human and could have been your father, uncle, or friend. So would you talk about a family member's illness in front of him, about the prognosis and when he's going to die, right in front of him? Likely not. It would be rather awkward. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I feel exactly the same about Charles. I shall give him that respect and courtesy and not do it. Having said that, I have one message for Harry. Pack your bags, son, and go see your father. If you want to take Archie, take him. But with or without your children, go see your father. And as God is my witness, may your todger fall off and all your teeth rot if you dare mention money and inheritance once. It's time for Harry to go make peace with his father and be a loving son. If he can't do that, then it is best he stays home. But then he must please not dare pull the victim card and blame William or anyone else for not seeing his father before it was too late. Cancer is a strange thing. My friend Alida looked no different than she did before. She was energetic between treatments and played mama to all of us. And then one day she was no longer earthbound. Not a doctor or anyone else could predict or can predict the future or God's will. People who had been in comas wake up. Cancer had been cured, or in rare cases just went away. People had been told to get ready to lose a loved one, just for them to recover the next day or the next week. We all have different circumstances, backgrounds, and reasons for doing what we are doing. But we know Harry was upset that he put the phone down on his mother before she passed. And he was upset that he did not get to see his grandmother before she passed. So if he does not want the same regret about his father, he better pull his backside out of the gutter and go see his father. And I do not mean go see the king. No, no, no. Harry should go see his father. I know a lot of people will say, keep Harry away from Charles, but I do not agree with someone leaving this earth with so much unfinished business, or someone staying behind with unfinished business. It is extremely harmful to someone like Harry, who's already an emotional mess. Anyway, guys, to get back to the king. This trip to the hospital may truly have been for something minor, like nausea, and it's possible the king started feeling better after an injection to stop that nausea or gag reflex or whatever. Okay, guys, I am in a tiny bit of trouble here because I happen to come across some information regarding the monarchy's way forward under King William, except that King William may not be called King William. He may very well end up being called Chancellor William or President Windsor. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot going on behind the scenes, all very hush-hush, all hidden, but it is the kind of things which will indeed, and I promise you, explode one way or the other, and not in 100 years from now, but more like in the next 5 years. At least that is my prediction, and that is what I think based on what I'm hearing at the moment. But like I said, at the moment it's all still very secretive. So I'm not going to name names or give too much information. I'm going to wait on that for just a little while, but I thought of mentioning it anyway today, because often I look back and I would say, look at a video I made last year, or, just as proof and record that I said something and it actually happened. Anyway, but let me move on before I get into trouble, okay? Now listen, guys, I'm working on the next royal or not so royal expose or story. So I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm going to paint some signboards and finish pricing the lot of stuff before I carry on with some more research. So, guys, until we meet again, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.